I just completed this bird, this cardinal, and this had some salt techniques mixed in with it, and I love this little guy. He had snow on his beak. I just finished him up. Well, I have a video from probably 6 months ago of this one. And for me, I thought, okay, I'm gonna paint this bigger. Maybe I'll put these in my living room. I don't know, maybe. I am starting to work on some videos that are being released this month and into next month. This one I just released, and I'm going back to doing some waves. Oh, I wanna show you this one that I'm finishing up. Oh, I might have to dig it out. Okay, I'm back. Here it is. This one I just finished, and this will be the second week of February. And I try in the community page to make sure that you're able to see what's coming up and to get an idea of when the videos are released. Usually it's Wednesday, Saturday. Sometimes I'll do Wednesday and Sunday. So if you like some of my artwork, these prints, the artwork is for sale, but I also can make prints of them. Okay, so I was trying out a new picture, and I did this smaller watercolor. This is about a 4x6 size, and I liked it. I decided to go ahead and do a larger one. This is about an 7x9. This is, no, it's an 8x10. Yeah, this is an 8x10. Okay, anyway, so I did both of these, and the smaller one gave me an idea. Do I like the colors? Yes, I like the colors. What do I need to emphasize? And so when I finished painting, as you can see, I made this smoother. There's detail in there, but it is smoother. So this video will be coming up in February as well. This one, I think it's released this week. And this is just winter red berries. We have these in Michigan. I'm sure they're in many, many states, but just a simple picture, a simple wash in the back with the red berries. And another one, I'm mixing it up, guys. So I did a still life of cocoa and cookies. This comes up the first week of February, and it's just in time for Valentine's Day. I love the picture. I actually have a mug that's pink with white polka dots. So anyway, I like it. So another thing I worked on was architecture. I don't normally do like architecture paintings, but I'm so attracted to them. So I got this photo. A lot of my photos you will find on Pixabay, Pexels, or Unsplash. And those links are listed in the description. And I will look for inspiration. I actually take photos as well, and I will use my own photos for my artwork as well. Okay, so last thing I want to show you is I'm starting to work on textures, loose texture paintings, and I'm looking for one specific painting. I'm going to give you an example. Last year, I threw paint on this, and then I threw salt on it because I want to see what the reaction of salt is. And you can see the variation over here. This is when the paint was a little bit more wet, and down here, that's tighter because the paint was more dry. And this, to me, it looks like a perfect snowstorm picture, but I have to be able to see the rest of it in my mind in order for me to finish this. So I'm hoping to do that. But I am back into exploring loose paintings. This one's already been released. And in this one, these little white flowers were done by simply throwing a little salt on there, letting that dry up. And then I took a little bit of white paint just to finish it off. But these are very loose paintings, and I'm working on hillsides, just something very simple. And what I'm working on is granulation, and I'll point out a good granulation. This picture is just got some basic pen, like ink pen. I use the Mincho pens. And I will draw black lines, black houses. It's just an easy way for me to finish up the watercolor painting. This has got some splatters in it. So another technique that you can use in watercolor painting is splatters and dots. So this is another one that's not done. I love whatever's going on here and I'm trying to figure out how I can emphasize that. So this is close to done. Just another simple picture with a, you know, house on a hill, and it's just loose, it's easy, and I'm letting the paint flow down. I'm using a squirt bottle to squirt things, let that paint flow down, and I'm going to show you two of them that are not done. I'm not ashamed of work that's not done, but it might show an example of something. So I did a wash on this painting. This is halfway done. And then you can see all these interesting lines. That's saran wrap. So I put the paint on there that I wanted, and then when it is still nice and wet, gotta have good paint on there, I take saran wrap and I kind of scrunch it and I just move it into the flow in the direction of the paper or what I want to develop. And I wanted a hillside, so I wanted a little bit of movement. So this is trial and error. And I will do what I do on the video. I will wind up taking these lines that have been created naturally by using saran wrap, and then I'm going to develop them and turn them into more of the painting. I'm going to keep this the same up here. And then I also took some sandpaper and I scraped this. So that's going to be on the video. I did video that. But I'm just trying to show different ways that we can create texture in watercolor. This is another one where it's loose. I'm letting the paint run, but then I also, close up on this, this is saran wrap again. And this was pretty wet, laid the saran wrap on there. I don't touch that. I'll let it sit there until the next morning, and then I'll pull it off. So just a nice little interesting fact. If you have, the bubble type of wrap that you can use for packing fragile things, there's different sizes. And I have some packing wrap that's little tiny bubble ones, and I will put that on top of a painting too. And this is nice and wet, very wet, because all I'm doing is letting paint flow. I'll take that bubble wrap, put that on there, and then put a book on top of that so it presses into it. And when I take it off, it's created that texture. So another fun thing. So here's a picture of one where basic sky, very loose, just letting the paint run on the sky, and then I take a piece of toilet paper, twist it up, and I'm dabbing the sky in order to create more clouds. And then down below, I just let the paint blend together. There are certain colors that will granulate, and I actually am pulling out all my granulating colors out of my paints, and then I'll show you a video that talks about granulating paints and what does that mean, what does it do. So when I did this, I did like a line wash with that lighthouse, very simple, threw a few specks of salt in there just to create a little extra texture, and that was it. And I'm not touching that anymore. Some cute ones that are coming out. I think I would need to redo the pictures. These are basically load up the brush and get this nice and wet, get it nice and dark, and let that paint run down. And in there, you can see I created some little tiny roots in there as well, and that's all on the video. So bookmarks are coming up. This is the other set of bookmarks that I did. Whoops. Okay. I am not going to create a blooper reel. We're just going to have to watch me drop them. So again, easy, simple wash on the sky. Hillside, I threw down salt just to create these flowers, and I will do a little bit more on this. Basically, I'm going to finish it off by making a few little lines for the these little tiny daisies that are in the field, and a little bit of shadow on them. But I love these. I love little tiny bookmarks. This one I really love. There's no reference picture. I simply was dabbing my paint in, and I want to see a cloud, and I want to see sun, and I will take the squirt bottle and I will squirt it here and here. And it just, a really good hard-hitting squirt bottle, not something that's light. And an example of that would be an eyeglass spray bottle, and it sprays hard, so it actually removes paint off. I let that dry, and then this field, you can see how I let paint run, and then the way that the paint ran, it helped tell me, let's make a dark you know, chunk of grass here and here. Let's keep this nice and bright. And then the texture in there, again, it's a little bit of salt. I am practicing with salt right now, so I'm doing a series on them. And the reason why is because I'm trying to play with how wet something is, how dry it is, how much paint do I have, and what happens when I put salt in there at different times, because it has different effects. And it's fun. That's the other reason, it's just fun. These ones are not successful, but they give an idea of don't give up. And this paper, look at that, it's blank on the other side. So I'm not thrilled with this. It would not be considered done. I would need to really change the colors in this field. I need them more vibrant orange. And I can't do that because I've already put the salt on there. Once I put the salt and it creates an effect, I cannot put paint on top of it. It'll just wipe it all out. So I'm going to turn the paper over and I'm going to use that brilliant idea, save money on supplies. And I'll paint a picture on the back. So this one I might do the same thing. I'm really curious about this one. Again, I'm practicing and playing, and I want to do that with you, because if you don't see someone play with the pictures and try different things, correct their mistakes, then you're not going to know what to do. And don't get frustrated with your paintings if they're not coming out well. Use good paper. Make sure you use good paper. Makes a big difference. That's your number one thing. Get good paper. So this one has potential, but I'm probably going to have to take a brush and kind of scrub out a little bit more of the cloud and adjust it. It's not quite right. And it does look like there's a cloud that's kind of like creeping over. I just don't know if that's what I want. So I'm not satisfied with that. Play with them. This one is a fail, and I'm going to use the other side. There's marks in there. I don't care. But this one was a fail. I just don't like it, and but it's fun to play with. And what I'm trying to do is get these nice dark clouds that are in there, and I might take toilet paper, twist it up, dab it up, so I can see if I can get some nice dark and light contrast. I really love that, and I'm just playing with it. And then against a nice blue sky like this color blue is ultramarine deep. A bright yellow would be awesome, and an orange works good because it's actually the opposite color of blue, and so they really complement each other. So that's it. We're doing a little architecture, and I'm not sure when my next one will be. This one will come out soon. A little bit of a still life. This one has a little bit more of a free feel to it versus what's something else, like this is loose. This is more realistic. This is just architecture. It's kind of realistic. These are looser, not abstract, but they kind of have an abstract feel to the bottom of them. Realistic, but that background is beautiful. It's just nice and soft, fun to play with. And then I said that I am returning to the ocean. I really love these paintings. I did this painting 1.5 years ago, and I am shocked just out of painting and practicing how different my artwork has gotten. It really has changed a lot. This is such a fun, easy one. I kept this easy, and I think there's going to be some other paintings that I'm going to do with rocks and shorelines or shoals where you're looking down. I've done some of those before, but I didn't record them as a class. So we just looked at, recap, some of the things that came hot off the press recently that are beautiful, simple. Guys, this was a one-wash painting, which is ridiculous, which means that beginners can do it. Easy to follow, very easy. So we just wrapped up Christmas and some fall pictures, and now we're moving into techniques and watercolor charts. I'll be putting a video up for that as well. It's easier to pick colors for a painting if you have a watercolor chart, and you can, decide what you want. Yeah, I think that might be it. I'm so enjoying being with you guys. I appreciate your time when you join me. I love to hear your feedback, your thoughts. If you're a fellow artist and you're subscribing to me, don't hesitate to check my channel out to me. I won't block you. I will actually look because I'm wanting to interact more with artists. And I had COVID in November. Still have some days where I'm affected, but I always look for your comments. And I appreciate you greatly. Oh, I'm looking at this one. Okay, I gotta say this, guys. I love the whipped cream. I had so much fun figuring out how to do whipped cream. And for me, I don't consider this picture a complete success. And I don't care. It's good enough for us to all learn off of. It was a lot of fun, and I'll paint that thing in another year, but oh my God, that whipped cream was so much fun just to learn how to do folds, you know, look at a photo and figure that out. It's always an adventure with watercolor, and I'm glad that we get to share it. Okay, that's it. I hope to see you over the next weeks. Let me know how your painting is going. Some of you say, oh my God, my stuff will turn out terrible. That's okay. That's all right. I've created plenty of bad pictures or things that I wasn't happy with, and they're not done, and they go into a pile, and I will paint on the back of them mainly, or I'll let them sit there for 6 months. I'll pull them back out and say, okay, do I want to do something with it? Nope, chuck it, or paint on the back of it and create something else. So when you have really good water paper, I use Arches. When you have a really good water paper, this is cotton, so I can use either side. I use the side that's rougher is the front of the paper. The side that's smoother is the back. So that's how you tell the difference on them. But the back is good enough on Arches for you to do another painting. Okay, let me stop talking. Time for a coffee break. I hope you guys are doing well. And it's been a really fun year with you. And I'm looking forward to 2021. All right, talk to you later.